Sorry for my English, guys.
Okay, so George, you train with Roger Gracie,
yes.
And Jake Shields trains with Cesar Gracie.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means it's mixed martial art. It's a lot of people come from Gracie camp, and I come from Gracie camp. I train with them in New York at Henzo's. It's jiu-jitsu. It's a sport. It has nothing personal. Jake Shields is a great human being, but I'm gonna have to fight him, and it's a sport, and it doesn't change the fact that we're gonna try to hit each other as hard as we can on the day of the fight.
George, is it hard for you with all your rising popularity to find the training time to get the privacy and just concentrate on training with how popular you are worldwide right now?
No, it's not. I've been organizing my schedule pretty well, and I'm doing things well. You know, sometimes we need some security, you know, to not let anybody in the gym, you know, to make the private the training a little bit more private. But it's okay.
You found a balance.
George, much longer do you want to do this? It's a tough way to make a living.
It is.
You've been pretty successful at it. How much longer?
I love it. It's a tough way to make a living, but I want to retire on top. When I'm gonna reach my goal, being the greatest, I'm gonna retire. And right now, I don't plan to do it. I'm fighting Jake Shields. I'm very happy with what I do. And as long as I have a goal to reach, I keep doing this.
Would winning a super fight be leaving on top?
Hey, you put me on the spot now. I'm not sure. I don't even know what's gonna happen after this fight. You know what I mean? I'm seeing one things at the time, and I don't know. We'll see what's gonna, you know. Put me in trouble here. I don't know. We'll see.
Could you I know you're thinking of Shields, but could you? Would you be prepared to fight at 185 pounds at some time this year?
I don't know if it's. Everybody talk about the super fight. I don't know if it's gonna be 170 because he did, like Silva, I know he did 168 before a few years ago, so maybe I think he can do it again. He did it only a few years ago in Japan. So
he said he's not coming down on the weekend.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't follow what he said. That I don't know. This thing is, for me, I take it like a distraction from my fight. My immediate goal is to win against Jake Shields. I made a mistake in the past. Looking past an opponent, and I never gonna do that again, because last time I did that I got beat by Matt Serra, and I never gonna do this again. And right now Jake Shields is my main problem, and for me it will be foolish to look past Jake Shields. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna happen this thing, or maybe it's not gonna happen this super fight. We'll see. Gonna have to figure out how it will happen, if it have to happen. Otherwise maybe not. Maybe I will have another fight after. It's too complicated to say. We'll need to wait after Jake Shields to talk about it.
George, how electric do you think the atmosphere will be inside the Rogers Center?
Will be pretty crazy. I'm expecting a lot of a big energy. I look forward to this for a long time, and I'm glad and honored to headline this card.
George, un peu la folie, hein, George. Tu vois déjà l'attention des médias ici. Comment tu prévois que ça va se dérouler? Comment tu anticipes ça?
I know it's gonna be. Je vais parler en français. Excuse-moi. My brain is. Sorry about it, guys. Non, j'entrevois un grand combat. Et puis, je sais que à Toronto, au Canada, c'est partie du Canada où est-ce que j'ai le plus de fans. Alors pour moi, de venir ici, c'est vraiment quelque chose d'exceptionnel. C'est où est-ce que j'ai la base de fans la plus grosse, c'est ici. Et puis, j'ai hâte de me battre, et ça va être quelque chose d'exceptionnel. Je vais avoir beaucoup d'émotions le soir du combat.
Il est dangereux, Jake Shields?
Très dangereux. C'est l'adversaire le plus dangereux qui m'a été donné d'affronter jusqu'à maintenant. C'est quelqu'un qui travaille, qui peut me knocker debout, mais surtout au sol, il est très très fort. Ça, c'est probablement l'athlète le meilleur en soumission du UFC au complet. Alors pour moi, je vais devoir d'être très... Parce qu'un combat, souvent, ça se finit au sol 95% du temps. Alors il va falloir que je prenne des précautions pour me battre adéquatement contre ce gars-là.
So George, you said a minute ago that when all this talk is done, it's going to come down to you and Jake Shields trying to hit each other as hard as you can. So not this fight specifically, but in general, what is the hardest you've ever been hit in the ring? Who did it? What were the circumstances? What did it feel like?
It's a good question. The harder I've been hit was John Fitch. Hit me with a punch in the rib. People don't Don't see. Actually, no. It's yeah. John Fitch hit me with a punch in the rib. That's the hardest I've been ribbed. I was hurt, but I covered it. I didn't let people know. But actually, I can say also this Matsuro. When I got hit, I lost my equilibrium and I was very dizzy. And then he finished me with a barrage of punches on the floor. I had to tap out. You know, I was completely. I was not there. I was dizzy.
So how were you able to disguise the fact that you were hurt in the middle of the Fitch fight?
I was hurt because it was not a head. It was not a head shot. It was a body shot, and he cut my hair. He cut the hair in my lung. It was not a liver shot, but it was on the other side. It was pretty painful. So I was using my footwork to go away and some fake to make him believe that I wasn't hurt, but I was.
Jake Shields, you talked about him in French. Tell us a little bit about him in English.
About
how dangerous he is.
He's very dangerous. Jake Shields has got a different set of skill of all the guys that I've fought before. He's a kind of guy, he's been working very hard on his Thai boxing, so he can knock me out standing up, or he can try to submit me on the floor. On the floor, he's probably the best guy that UFC has right now. He's one of the most accomplished grappler. He had been in Abu Dhabi, competed at the highest level in submission wrestling. So he's a guy who's very good on the floor, and he's also very good at bringing the fight on the floor or keeping the fight standing up as he wants. So that's why he's making him very dangerous, and even more why he's dangerous, because he's a clever guy. He's a clever guy, that's why he's so dangerous. C'est un gars qui est très dangereux parce que c'est quelqu'un qui est très intelligent, surtout. That's why clever people, clever fighters, thinking fighters are the most dangerous fighter in the world.
Biggest threat to your title, you
Yes,
said?
he is the biggest threat, no doubt. I cannot tell you that, you know. Maybe there is some spy in here, and they're gonna tell Jake Shields. So I don't wanna tell you how to fight myself. I'm a very well-rounded guy, but you know what I mean. It's gonna be the style, you know, a style. The clash of us is gonna be the style.
What's your training like right now? Where are you training? What are you doing? Where are you training out of?
I'm in Montreal. I gravitate around right now Montreal. Albuquerque, at Montreal most of the time. Montreal is my number one, 80% of the time. New York, most of the time. Montreal, New York. I just went to Albuquerque, trained with Rashad and John Jones, and now I go also to England, train with Roger Gracie and Brawl USTMA, and they're gonna Roger might come back in Montreal as well.
George, with the training, how is it right now? How is it the training? How is it going? What are you thinking?
It was great experience in England. When I travel, it's great training. I try to travel to take myself outside of my comfort zone, to have better training. So because when you fight, you're not in your comfort zone, so you want to replicate that in your training camp.
Do you have to get a hate on for your opponent to have a good fight against him? Shields seems like a nice guy. Do you have to build up a hate for him?
I don't have that. That's why he's very dangerous. He's a very nice guy. I use the same trick. Hi, nice meeting you, shaking hand, but the day of the fight, boom, you go 100%. This is a disguise, guys. Talking like it's like in school, in high school, a guy who talk like blah 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 is because he has something to prove. Jake Shields is very dangerous. He has nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove as well. We're gonna do it in the night of the fight. That's
George, there were people lined up outside in the freezing weather to see you. Just talk a little bit about your relationship with the fans and why you love them, why they love you so much.
Well, I try to keep my relation with the fan as much as I can. You know, I do stuff like to different things to keep contact with them. You know, like I just made series of DVD for my fans, to keep my fans in shape. You know, so they can work out in their home with you know, like doing my workout that I do, stuff like that. You know, it make them feel like we make a connection between us, so they can get into my training routine and learn from me and train, make themselves in shape. So for me, at the same time, I feel I do something good for them, and they keep the contact with them.
Because they love you.
Yes, you know, it's I love them as well. You know, I do that because of the fan, of course. Because if the fan were not there, I would not be able to make that for living.
How close is that DVD fitness thing to what you actually do, George?
The DVD fitness thing, it's not made for MMA practitioner. It's made for it can be made for my mom, for my dad who's almost 60 years old. Could be for a grandfather, for a mother who have 3 kids. It's made for a person that want to get in shape, who want to have the same workout as a martial artist. So you don't have to spar, but what it does, it replicates different movement, different dynamic that happen in a fight. So we put it all in a workout, in a workout DVD series. So you can do the same workout that I do, but in the comfort of your home at your house. But
George, I've seen that DVD, and it seems like you're actually working pretty hard in some.
It is pretty hard. It's people. The thing is, people want to get in shape, they want to lose weight, but they don't have the will to do the effort. That's what I'm talking about in the DVD. You know, there is no magic pill. You know, and that's what I'm talking about in the DVD. Even myself, I did the workout. For myself, I can't do the whole CD. Even myself, I can't do the whole thing like 100%. I have to stop sometimes because it's too much for me. So imagine if it's too much for me, how it is for a guy who's like, I don't know, like 60 years old with 5 kids. It's pretty hard.
Did you discover some weaknesses about yourself in doing that?
It's good for the mental. It's good for the mental, and you can test yourself because there is another way to. I taught people how they can test themselves to see their progression, so they can see how much improvement they make over the time.
George, every time you fight, your opponent says they got you, they know what you're doing, and then you flip it and you come a totally different way.
Yes, it's true. That's it's the skies. You know, it's you never. You know, it's some protocol that you use for fighting. You know, it's you always do the unexpected. You know, and when your opponent is doing a mistake, you never interrupt your opponent if he's doing mistake. You let him do his mistake.
So going by the past, it's like you're gonna beat him in his own game, jiu-jitsu.
I have not said that, but you guys will find out the day of the fight.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.